I expected to learn a fair amount about nutrition and about training. I knew that the mindset coaching calls were part of the program, but I really was skeptical about how much value they would add. I was completely wrong about that. Honestly, at the end of the program, I would say that the mindset coaching calls were equally, if not more valuable than all of the nutrition and training information. My name is Harper. I'm 25 years old and I work in wealth management. Before the protocol, I felt like my life was starting to get a little monotonous. It seemed like I was waking up, going to work, coming home, watching TV, going to bed, and repeating. I felt like I wasn't being active. I was just sitting at my desk all day or sitting on the couch. I felt like it was time for a change. I actually came into the Precision Protocol completely fresh. I had virtually zero gym experience. I had zero knowledge about nutrition. So I was really curious to see how the program would go for me. Honestly, I was a little concerned at the beginning that this seemed like a very developed and advanced program and that I was jumping in above my head. But I was honestly very surprised at how easily Coach Lamar was able to teach me these concepts and how quickly I caught on. My goals were to learn something about nutrition and get more comfortable going to the gym. Honestly, I was shocked at how in-depth the program went, both nutritionally, in the gym, and the mindset coaching calls. The most eye-opening experience for me on the nutrition side was how much control you really have over what you're putting into your body. Before I joined the protocol and I learned about nutrition from Coach Lamar, felt like I was eating out for almost every meal. I was spending a ton of money on those meals. They were not good for my body. You know, I told Coach Lamar I was eating a bag of sunflower seeds a day practically. I had absolutely no idea how much sodium was in them and what that could be doing to my body. Absolutely mind-blowing. You know, I feel like it was a pull the curtain back moment where, you know, I was able to see everything I was doing wrong previously. I learned how that was impacting my body. The most eye-opening part about starting at the gym for me was how it felt almost like a team there. You know, I was so intimidated to go in, having virtually zero experience in the gym. You know, I was worried that people were going to look at me lifting less weight, but I found that to be the exact opposite. I found that right off the bat, everyone was incredibly encouraging. People would step over to help show me proper form, which was great. So I started the program at just under 130 pounds and about 10% body fat. I ended the program gaining almost 10 pounds and losing roughly 2% of body fat, which equated to about 12-pound muscle gain, which was completely insane. It totally blew me away. I was incredibly shocked how much my strength maxes increased as well. I think in the three comparisons, bench press, squat, and deadlift, I increased my total weight by about 160 pounds. And now after learning from Lamar in the program, moving forward, I feel completely comfortable and even excited to go to the gym each day. It's something I cannot see myself getting out of now that I've started. The habits and practices side of the program was equally eye-opening. Part of it is limiting your use of social media and screen time. Working an office job, I'm looking at a computer pretty much all day. And before the protocol, I would find myself coming home, playing Xbox, watching Netflix, watching movies, scrolling through social media. And I knew it wasn't good for me, but I couldn't push myself to change. This was, I would say, a catalyst that really pulled me back from all of that and helped me realize how much time I was really wasting on nothing. There are times where you are completely severed from watching TV and social media. So initially I found myself coming back to my apartment after work, you know, thinking, well, what do I do now? And it was in those times I realized I was able to be more productive. I would go to the grocery store and buy the food for my next meal. I would journal, I would read, I would go on walks. All of these practices obviously far healthier than social media and TV. I found a ton of benefit in the sleep protocol as well. Before I joined the program, I was staying up out till at least midnight, waking up just before I had to get to work. But I made a decision when I joined that I would work out in the mornings. So that required me to wake up at around 5:45 each morning, which was a huge shift for me. You know, I generally wouldn't consider myself a morning person, but I came to really appreciate how much it expanded my day. I would wake up at 5:45, make my breakfast, go to the gym, come back and get ready for work. By that time, I've already been awake for a couple hours, whereas before the program, you know, my day was just far shortened. I expected to learn a fair amount about nutrition and about training. I knew that the mindset coaching calls were part of the program, but I really was skeptical about how much value they would add. I was completely wrong about that. Honestly, at the end of the program, I would say that the mindset coaching calls were equally, if not more valuable than all of the nutrition and training information. In these mindset coaching calls, you are given a prompt to journal about the week prior. These prompts don't necessarily have to be followed on your call. You can delve into any subject you want, but these prompts serve as guides to help you open up and get a better perspective on your own life, the path you're currently on and where that is taking you versus where you want to go and the path to get there. The cool thing about these calls was that I could bring whatever challenges I was facing to Coach Lamar, and instead of just giving me his opinion on how I should address that specific issue, he would unpack the issue, why I might be perceiving it a certain way, why I might be in it in the first place, how I can address them or similar issues in the future, and how I can be better prepared for other issues I'll face. What excites me most about completing the protocol is that it's really just the beginning. Now I feel like I have a great foundation to build upon what I've learned in the protocol and to just take me to even newer heights. I think the biggest things I learned from the protocol, I feel like I've gained a new perspective on life, and that before the protocol, I started to feel like I was just a bystander in my own life, a participant, instead of an active decision maker. I was just doing the bare minimum rather than doing the best I could to get where I wanted. Now I have a new outlook, and it's almost like I can't go back now. I've seen a better glimpse of what I'm capable of and who I want to be. Now I feel like I have more tools to get me there. If any of this resonates with you, I would highly encourage you to set up an introduction call to the program. Like I said, for me, what spurred me to join was I felt like my life was just becoming so repetitive and I was not being active. I was a bystander in my own life and I didn't like that. So hopefully this video helps give you some more information on what the program is about and what it did for me.